I got an order for a really cool car cake. It's a Trans Am race car, and it's for a groom. And you're gonna go along with us on this journey to make this cake and deliver this cake. And the whole idea is I've got tons of video of all kinds of different events and different cakes, and I'm tired of sitting on them. We kind of just want to share this stuff. So follow along. We'll try to have as much fun as we can. If you guys like this stuff, definitely comment. Let us know what you want to see more of. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Here we go.
Give them a little something to look at for later on.
Alright, so you can see we've got the basic shape down. Use 3 11 by 17 sheet cakes for this. And you can see the cake board down there. The whole point is being able to have this. Alright, well, you can see I've gone through, carved this little guy out as much as I can. I like to keep a spotlessly clean work surface because, well, yeah, no I don't. It's never this clean. Oh, there's a crumb. There, nope, you didn't see that. No, usually I'm a little messier than this, but today I'm keeping it super clean just because you guys are watching. It's really important to be really critical with your icing too. I mean, you don't want to, you know, put too much on there or anything like that. Yeah. Blech. Blech. And that's how I do that. But now I don't crumb coat like a lot of people do. You'll hear a lot of people talk about crumb coating, and I just, I don't quite, oh, well, maybe I do crumb coat. I don't really get the point of that. I really don't. It's like an extra step that I don't bother with. So, this icing's a little thin, to be honest. A little thinner than I would like. So if anybody knows why you're supposed to dirty ice a cake first and can make a valid point as to why, well, you can maybe comment and I'll adamantly disagree with you. There you go. Time to throw this in the fridge for a little bit because this icing is so cold, soft. I don't know why it's so soft today. I make it like I always do, but some days with the heat and humidity, it just gets a little softer. All right, well, as you can see, I started with about 10 pounds of pure satinized fondant. Added some blue and a little tiny bit of silver to it to get me close. I want to go really light colored, even though the car is really a dark blue, and you'll see why when I get to painting the windows. It'll make it a little easier for me. Saves a step and actually makes the car look better in my opinion. But as you can see, it is pretty straightforward. You make sure you have plenty of fondant to get it covered and you're all good to go. After that, it's just off to the races. Get everything lined in and smoothed in. And it's really literally off to the races because you have to beat the drying time. Fondant starts to dry immediately. It's not like modeling chocolate, but it tastes better than modeling chocolate. You know, if you've ever eaten a chunk of modeling chocolate, it's like Tootsie Roll but worse. And imagine your whole car covered in that and then anybody trying to eat that. You think people have a negative feeling about fondant. Wait till you see if they have to eat a cake covered in modeling chocolate. As you can see too, I use really simple tools. I use circle cutters to help kind of line in my wheels. I'll use those same circle cutters to cut the wheels out later. But I use a real simple paintbrush that I got off of Amazon. And it works for everything for me. I don't need a big stack of tools, and I don't think you do either. But there's days I wish I was a better salesman and could come up with a whole kit of tools to sell you. But the truth is what you see, those few tools on the table, is what I use to make literally everything. I don't need much, man. I use the paintbrush that I have. It's got a chisel end on it, and that chisel end is a really good sculpting tool. And then you flip it over, and the paintbrush is a really good smoothing tool. So it gets me by pretty much all of the time. I'm using the pictures that the customer sent me of the actual car of her soon-to-be son-in-law. And I just try to get it close. You know, I'm not trying to get it exact. I try to have fun with it. If I want the windows a little bigger, sometimes I do. You know, nobody's going to get the tape measure out and double check these things. You know, they're going to be so impressed with this car. And I'm doing it all by hand. No templates, no nothing. You know, just trust in the process, trust in yourself. I mean, I make mistakes. I made one headlight a teeny bit bigger than the other, and all that, but that's, you know, that's part of art, man. You make mistakes and you just roll with it. But as you can see, it just comes along real quick. I'm just scribing the windows in. I'm not going to cut these out. I'm going to actually paint everything. This car is very aerodynamic and flush, and so I'm just repeating on one side what I already did on the other. And I use my hands a lot as kind of tape measures, so I make sure the things are similar on both sides, even though they're not going to be the same. I mean, I'm not a machine, so I'm not trying to be. But you'll see I just use that tip of that paintbrush, the back end of that paintbrush, to make all these shapes. Really comes along quick. Hi, Bubbies. One of the cool things about doing cakes here is the frogs, ponds, but I have my own grocery store, or at least I don't have to pay for eggs. Well, sort of, because I have these beautiful ladies and man that we have to take care of, but that's really fun. And so it makes us have to stop in the middle of decorating our cake in the evening and come down here and put these little girls up. Usually there's one. Yep. She's right there. There you go. You got to get in there so nobody eats you. I don't know if you can see any of that or not, but there's all the chickens asleep. Oh, they've actually laid a couple eggs. We'll get them in the morning. I haven't bought eggs in 8 or 9 months. Anyhow, so we have our own egg-laying machine. And of course our peeing machine there, taking a whiz. Good job, Lugs. Alright, well, you know, after enjoying a nice sunset, which I pretty much do every day, we got to get back to work. So I've just kind of made a spoiler out of some fondant here, put a little tiny bit of water on the back of this thing, using the same brush that I used to sculpt with. And, you know, we're back to work, man. Just kind of making this look right, making it a little bit bigger, really, than what it would be in real life, just because it looks better. You know, you get caught up in trying to be too close to accurate, and sometimes it just looks better if you wing it. Or at least that's my opinion, and you're listening to me, so I have the microphone, and you will listen to every word I have to say. But anyhow, that's what a spoiler looks like when you get it put on. And now I'm just going to go back through and make sure different lines are in place, the tops of the tail lights. all those good stuff. Eventually we'll cover those taillight areas with some red and black fondant and kind of airbrush them in too, but you get the idea, right? That's all we're trying to do here. All right, well, I spared you the whole mixing of paint and then, of course, dropping the bottle on the floor and me cursing profanity and kicking myself for a few minutes as I had to clean up it. But this color is literally just a pearl white that you use on wedding cakes and stuff with the dark royal blue mixed into it. So it gives you that blue metallic base coat. That's kind of the color this car is. I'm using my Iwata airbrush, which is the only stuff I use to just basically hose this thing like I would a real car. And I'm just going to try to put an even coat or two. Go slow, make sure your layers overlap. That pearl is a real pain in the airbrush because it likes to clog up and that kind of thing, and makes life a teeny bit of a challenge. But you get the point. I'm literally just kind of leaving the windows so they're a little bit lighter color. I'm going to outline them here in a little bit. Alright, well, as you can see, everything's airbrushed. Now it's time just to put the black weather strip and the little outlines on all the windows. Now what this really does is just kind of separate everything and make it look a little more obvious that there's a window here. And you see me doing this just kind of quick. I'm using the same style of brush that I used to sculpt with, just a little bit smaller tip. And some black food color. I'll go back through and I'll just kind of clean these up and outline everything window-wise on this thing, and then we'll hit it with the airbrush. Well, I warned you, didn't I? We got the airbrush out. And I'm just going to kind of outline first all these windows and then kind of darken them in, put in a little bit of lines just for shadows and that kind of stuff. Sometimes I'll cut a template for, or actually just tear a template for some shadows and stuff for fun. But I really want to keep this car kind of simple. The windows are pretty dark on it. I'm just going to darken them up and make it look cool. Alright, my least favorite part of this whole gig, making wheels and tires. Not a huge fan. But it's Saturday morning. I'm pretty well done with this cake. I made these little discs and just gonna make a really simple wheel. I don't get overly carried away. You could mold these and it'd be fine. But typically I don't. I just drew a 5-pointed star because I'm lazy. You could print this out. Use the 5-pointed star to make a little 5-pointed wheel pattern. Use a little water on the back of this here bad boy. I don't like molds. I mean, yeah, they look more realistic, more perfect, but I kind of feel like the point of anything is to have it be handmade, not just molded or cut with a cutter or whatever. And that's just my personal opinion. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with doing it the other way. I just don't. And anyhow, I do everything that way. Everything's handmade. I use very few cutters. I make my own letters. I don't even have a set of letter cutters anymore because I quit using them. And I'm just gonna quickly use a really sharp X-Acto knife. Oops, I want that thinner. See, already messing things up. So this needs to be thinner because it's inside the wheel. These wheels are black on black. That's why I did a gray center, just to give it some contrast. Alright, now that might actually work. You have to make that sound or else it doesn't work properly. And 3 more times. try not to cut yourself. Now, fondant sucks. I mean, this is good stuff, but in general, fondant is gooey and doesn't cut well and pulls and all that stuff. This is why I come in and just use my fingers around the edge. I'm losing my voice. Try to center that as best I can. Get rid of all that. Now I have a wheel. Flip that over. Wash it on the back so it'll stick. That's probably a bit too much water, but hey, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I just kind of keep pushing those spokes, which aren't even all the same, but they're close enough. Little agua. This is just a really simple way to make a tire. I've never had anybody complain because their wheel wasn't realistic enough or perfect enough or anything else like that. These wheels have a little center cap. And then lug nut hole, lug nut hole, lug nut hole. This being a real lug nut, not my dog. Let's get this show on the road. We got about a 45 minute drive. We got to stop and pick up Anthony so he can help me get stuff moved, and just because it's fun. And yeah, here we go.
I needed to stand up. I had something between my knee and my hip that needed to pop. So,
shit. I don't have a damn mount for my damn dash. They're about just like doing that.
I mean,
woohoo! Then we got Sassy Squatchy. 2 Sasquatches.
I know I got super salty the other day. Somebody broke one of my Squatchy coffee cups.
Oh, shoot.
Dude, I was so fucking mad. They were like, well, can I just buy you one? I was like, yeah. Go hike up fucking St. Helens.
Go Mount St.
To this little bitty fucking place.
Cougar.
Yeah.
Cougar is the name of the town. Woohoo! Hey, it's still in here. It didn't blow out. You want to carry this?
Yeah.
Carry the wheels and smoke.
I'm just letting you know the stains are nice.
The what?
The stains are a nice add.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Normal Camaro leaking oil.
It's a Firebird.
Oh, I did.
Huh?
So is this like the groom's cake?
This is like the groom's cake.
Okay, so I didn't know this was coming, and I'm the cake person,
Okay.
the food person. Am I cutting this bad boy?
I have no idea.
Okay, is there anything I need to know about it?
It is literally just like 3 sheet cakes is all it
Okay,
is.
I didn't
So-
know because sometimes these kinds of cakes, there's things that aren't cake,
No,
to make it happen. So
this is,
and if this is all cake,
It is all cake.
you did a kick-ass job.
Oh, well,
Because I was expecting you to tell me there was like Rice Krispie treats. You know how they, how some of those places? Yeah.
No.
So
So I mean, the only thing that I make there, the wheels are, you know, you're gonna want to knock them off, and they literally, they literally.
No.
But the rest from here up is all. I mean, there's a board, obviously. Yeah.
We do cake as well. Yeah. So we had a kid come in for a tasting appointment. The kid was like, I mean, fondant's edible potato. I've eaten both, so I can confirm it. It's
I'm
like,
not sure.
Okay, thank you.
Fondant might taste better.
Maybe a little. I don't know.
I've eaten my fair share. I sit there and I'll grab a little ball like that,
He's eating his fair share.
and then I'll just sit there and eat it while we're making a cake. Or
Dude, I'm having a super soft 50th birthday.
super soft.
Yeah, have you seen Letterkenny?
It needs to be like super hard.
No. It's gonna be a super soft 50th birthday. I'm gonna have a unicorn. I'm gonna have a cupcake decorating station, boy band karaoke.
Listen,
It's gonna be dope.
Boy band karaoke.
Yep.
Okay.
Tell me you're not excited.
I will in sync the shit out of that. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Tell me why.
I don't remember the rest of those words.
Hear you say, I want it that way. If you need gloves, but
Gracias muchacho. I'm not. Now I gotta take your picture because you look beautiful. It's switching. Nice. You look awfully pretty in your bib. I tell you what, there are worse ways to spend an evening. It's another day, another great cake in the books for a real customer. Everything you're going to see on this channel is going to be real cakes made by real people, delivered with my real friends and my real life. You know, I've been really fortunate. I've gotten to do some really cool stuff. I've been allowed into some really cool worlds, and we just kind of want to share that. So everything you see here is just a little peek into our daily cake life. If you like it, for sure, hit that subscribe button, like, and hit the little notification bell so you know when we post new stuff. But definitely let us know in comments what you like, what you want to see more of. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being a little tiny part of our cake life, and we'll catch you guys next time. I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy the view for a while. Look at that, right? Thunderstorm off in the distance. That's the Missouri River you're looking at. I bought the land and the view comes for free. See y'all next time.